I hope you are all well. Thank you for coming back for another video. If you are new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe and join the family. I'm a new YouTuber and I would love your support. So in today's video, I've got a little cafe in the background. Let me know if you guys like these kind of like cozier backgrounds, I guess. But I've got a cozy little cafe on the background because, do you know what? I really fancy going to a cafe and just ordering, just sitting down with friends, chatting, you know, hearing other people chatting in the background. Like, I know it sounds sad, grabbing a coffee, having a brunch, like, you know what I mean? Talk about books, talk about life, talk about gossip, talk about just talk. Like, I miss it so much. Yeah, I can't wait for the cafes to be open again. That's one thing I'm looking forward to. So for now, that will have to do. In today's video, I wanted to just mention some of the things that I watched in January. I know I'm a little bit behind. Yeah, let's get into the movies and TV shows that I watched. I hope you like this video. Okay, so these are in no particular order. A fair few of shows and films that I watched, but less than December, because in December I had some time off work and, you know, December time we all just watch more films, I guess. So let's start off with Paradise Hill. I watched this mainly because Emma Roberts is in it, to be honest, and it was okay. It was all right. I can't really remember it, like, as in, like, it didn't stick with me. I mean, it was average, but it didn't stick with me. I still think it's worth a watch, but at the end of the day, would I watch it again? Probably not. So this is a dystopian world. It's a thriller sci-fi, and it actually also has Awkwafina in it. So I thought it was going to be a bit funny, but I guess it's not. It wasn't. It's basically about young women must band together to escape from a seemingly idyllic island that holds a sinister secret. Was it all that? No. Was it good? It was all right. Next one is The Moon. What the hell was this that I watched? In the Shadow of the Moon. I just put The Moon in my notes. I guess I couldn't be bothered to write the whole title, but it was released in 2019. And this was kind of like a science fiction thriller. It sort of had like that type of vibe to it, and it's basically a police officer who's hungry to become a detective and begins tracking a serial killer who resurfaces every 9 years. But when the killer's crimes defy all scientific explanations, the officer's obsession threatens to destroy everything. Look, in the moment I loved it. In the moment it was what I was looking for. I was looking for a good action-packed film, and this delivered. It gave me that. Yeah, it was alright of a watch. It was definitely better than Paradise Hills, 100%. After a couple of thrillers, I was like, you know what, let's just happy it up a little bit, let's, you know. So I watched Murder Mystery with Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler. This film was released in 2009. It completely took me by surprise. I didn't think, to be honest, I don't love comedy films. Like, I'm not, I mean, Bridesmaids, like those kind of, okay, yeah, because they're like chick flicky kind of, you know, comedies. But this was a comedy slash mystery, so I didn't think I was gonna love it at all. But it really surprised me. Like, the moments I thought were gonna be like quite cliche and like over the top funny, but they were really funny. It was good. I would recommend this one if you're just looking for a good laugh. It's about a New York cop and his wife who go on a European vacation, try to get the spark back into their marriage, and a chance encounter leads to them being framed for the murder of an elderly billionaire. Another comedy one that I watched was Spy. This was really good. Like, this was a comedy action. It was released in 2015. It's got Melissa McCarthy, Jason Statham. I was really surprised to see, what's her name, Miranda Hart. The girl from Devil Finger. Isn't she like the mum? No, she wasn't. Stupid, that's the one where the guy. Why did I used to watch this? Why did I actually used to watch this as a kid on CBBC? Like, how does that make sense? Anyway.
I've got mischief to make.
Devil Finger! Ah! Ow! Stop that! It's not me, it's Devil Finger! Devil Finger! Ah! No, really, you have to stop! It's the devil controlling my finger! Hence the name Devil Finger! Devil Finger! Ah!
she's quite a big, you know, UK person. So I was like surprised to see her on there, and then all of a sudden you see 50 Cent. I'm like, hold on, who is this? But yeah, 50 Cent was in it as well. He made a little cameo in there. I really enjoyed it. This one is about Susan Cooper, a CIA analyst who works behind the desk. She uses like high-tech equipment to help the agents who are out there, you know, doing the spy work. But then an agent is compromised and she volunteers to be a spy. So she gets out there, gets her hands dirty. So it was really funny. And I'd recommend that for a light watch as well. Love by Chance was the next thing that I watched. And this was just like your normal like cheesy Hallmark romance, but I loved it. I can't lie, I loved it. I think, you know what, I would go as far as saying this is one of my favorite Hallmark films. Like it's up there, you know, top 3 I would say. Like it was very, I don't know, you know, like there's something else to it, not just the romance. There was a bit of mischief behind the, you know, the mum who was trying to set up her daughter basically. So it's about Claire, who's a very busy restaurant owner kind of thing, and she loves to bake. She's really busy and her mum decides, you know what, to set her up. But her mum doesn't just leave it at one guy, she sets her up constantly, and it's just, she's an annoying, nagging mum kind of thing. Her mother decides to fix this by finding Claire the perfect man without telling Claire. So then things start to unravel from there. So yeah, it was really, really good. I enjoyed it. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 43%. We won't talk about that. Just slightly gonna move over to TV shows for a little bit. So I watched Barbarians. It's a new show. I started it, I haven't finished it yet. But you know what? I surprise myself sometimes. Like I really surprise myself because I loved The Last Kingdom. And so I've realized I'm into this Viking shit. Like, you know what I mean? I'm into the Viking shit. Like, I'm into it. What can I say? I like what I like. And so I saw this and I was like, oh, it looks a bit similar to that whole Viking thing. So yeah, I'm liking it so far. It says 3 people's fates are interwoven in the Battle of the Toberg Forest in 9 AD, during which Germanic warriors halt the spread of the Roman Empire. It sounds dead, but it's actually so good. That's the thing that I don't understand. But it's taken me a little while to get into this one. I'm not as invested as I was with The Last Kingdom. It might just have something to do with Utrecht, you know? But I'm not like that invested, but I do still like it. The next TV show that I watched, and I actually finished it, it's Tiny Pretty Things. Guys, if you love like dance shows, or if you love like just scandalous and drama and gossip girly kind of, like, you know what I mean, like just in the terms of cliques and like how Mean Girls and all of this, if you like all of that, like I think you should definitely watch Tiny Pretty Things. I keep calling it Pretty Little Things, but it's not. It's Tiny Pretty Things. You can binge watch it. You can definitely binge watch it. I think I watched it in a couple of days. It was really, really good and very scandalous. Like the only problem I have with this show is there's too much nudity. Sometimes it's just like, give it a rest. You know what I mean? Like we don't have to see everything all the damn time. Every single episode has like, it's sexual. It's like, you know what I mean? They're doing too much, a little bit too much. But I get it, it's a new show, you know, and they've just come out. They've got to grab people's attention and entice people, you know. But at the same time, it's like, chill your boots, you know, cool your boots. So this one is about, after an attack brings down the star student at a ballet school, her replacement enters a world of lies, betrayal, and cutthroat competition. That sums it up to a T. I'm not joking. Betrayal, lies, and cutthroat competition. It's every man for himself. Some of the shit that they do in order to like get a role, or like, you know, very malicious. But you know what, there's people out there, there's got to be malicious people out there so that some people can look good. I don't know, but like, do you know what I mean? So the next show that I watched and I also finished is Fate Winx Club. Who else used to watch the Winx Club on TV when they were a child, by the way? I used to love Winx Club. And when I saw that on Netflix, I was like, oh my god, let me give it a try. I love anything magical, you know, magical shows, like fantasy shows. I love them when they're a bit girly, a bit, you know, like fairies. I love those kind of shows. Like I love like a bit of romance in the show, a bit of, you know, dystopian world. Like Shadowhunters is one of my favorites. on Netflix. I know some people would argue that it wasn't that great. I've got friends who think it was horrible, but I really enjoyed it. So like Shadowhunters, Fate, The Society, even though that's kind of like, you know, they don't have magical powers in that, but it's a dystopian world and there's a romance in there and everything. The Order, like I love that one as well. Lunanera, I've started it but I can't really get into it, but these shows are very similar to Fate. Obviously Vampire Diaries, the originals, like they're all like top tier. Those ones are top tier, but like, you know what I mean, like those kind of shows. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, that one's a good one too. I've also seen this other one called the Shannara Chronicles. That one's really good as well. The Witcher, like even though that's not really that girly or that romantic, is it? No. But like, you know what I mean, I like fantasy shows like that. So I knew automatically that I was gonna love Fate. It's about fairies attending a magical boarding school in the other world where they must learn to master their magical powers while navigating love, rivals, and the monsters that threaten their very existence. Not much to say, I loved it. It was really entertaining. I literally binge watched it in one go. They should do more fairy TV shows, like I would love to see more out there. Yeah, okay, let's move on to the next one. I've been talking way too long about this one. Let's get back into the films. I also watched Dangerous Lies because it had Camila Mendes in it. Yeah, that was basically the main reason why I watched it, because it's got the girl from Riverdale in it. But yeah, it was all right. What did I think at the time of watching it? It's one of those ones again, is being forgotten, to be honest. It's leaving my subconscious. It's being erased. It's in the process of being erased from my brain. It was all right, but nothing wow. Like, I'd still say watch it because you might be into it. Dangerous Lies is about a caregiver who is drawn into a web of lies and murder after a wealthy elderly man dies and leaves his estate to her. In terms of mystery thriller goes, it wasn't all that. If I remember correctly, the end wasn't really that satisfying either, but it is what it is. The next film that I watched was I See You, which is a horror crime film. It's literally an hour and 38 minutes. It was a quick, nice, fast-paced film. It says here, strange occurrences plague a small-town detective and his family as he investigates the disappearance of a boy. What? No! How did I watch that film and didn't even clock that there was a plague going on? Oh my god. If you've seen this film, please let me know if you clocked that there was a plague going on. I'm not being funny. That definitely, for me personally, was not clear enough. It was not shown, it wasn't. What the hell, am I thinking about the right film? All I remember, and let me not spoil it for you guys. Am I reading the wrong description? No, this is not right. You guys, it's not right. I googled it, that's what's coming up, but no, I'm not having it. This is lies. This is lies, because this film wasn't about that at all. I've got to regroup. I've got to rethink about this one, but this definitely was not about that. All I remember is, I'm not even going to ruin it because maybe they haven't mentioned that bit for a reason, but if you've seen this film, please comment down below if you remember there being a plague. I'd love to have a chat with you because I don't remember it. This one was on Netflix and it was released in 2019. The reason why I watched it is because it actually got a really high rating on Rotten Tomatoes of 79%. While watching it, I did enjoy it. It was good, but not for the plague reasons. I did not see that at all. There were other aspects of it that were quite interesting that I hadn't seen before in a film. So yeah, that was that. You know where I said that's all the shows that I watched? That's a lie. I also watched one more show called Night Stalker. I'm not being funny. If you haven't seen this show right now, stop everything you're doing and start this show. Oh my god, this show was so crazy, like eye-opening. I didn't even know this happened. I'm not American, right? So I didn't even know that this existed, this even happened. And then I saw like for the year it was occurring and I was like, bitch, I was born on that year. I was alive. I was alive when he was doing this bullshit. It's crazy, man. It's actually crazy to think that if I lived in America this shit could have affected me. Crazy. Let me see what I can tell you, because I don't want to spoil it for everyone. Obviously this is based on a true story. IMDb has a description here. So this is basically, oh my god, oh, fucking hell. Looking at his pictures, it actually gives me chills. Like, it scares me. There was a scene, yeah. Okay, let me talk about what it's about first. I'm getting way ahead of myself. So this is a limited docu-series, tells a true story of how one of the most notorious serial killers in American history was hunted down and brought to justice. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, this is very graphic. It's got graphic content, so if you are quite squeamish or don't like mystery or crime documentaries, I definitely wouldn't recommend this. But yeah, you've actually got some of the detectives who were involved in the case literally speaking about the case and like remembering what happened and just talking through the experience. And even some of the crime scene, like, you actually get to see the crime scene, so they actually walk it through or act it out. You get to see like old footage from the news and stuff. It was crazy. There was some images, yeah, that you got to see of the guy, yeah. There was this one image that fucking shook my heart. Shook my heart, yeah. First of all, I made the mistake of watching this show when I was home alone. So I was home alone, and obviously the serial killer comes up on the screen. And he had groupies, like he literally had people fantasizing about him and all of this. Like, you know what this reminded me of? You know Jeremy, that other, is it Jeremy? I think his name is Jeremy. That other inmate, and his mugshot got leaked somehow, and literally like every girl was like, oh my god, who is this? And now he's a model. It kind of reminded me of that, but I understand that, you know, the Jeremy guy, the hype behind it. But at the same time, yeah, he's not on a serial killer level. How are these people, these women, right, fantasizing about this serial killer? This is what I don't understand. No, mate, that's a no from me. But there was this picture of the serial killer, yeah. He doesn't have like all of his teeth, so like he's smiling at the camera, and his eyes, yeah, I'm not being funny, he's like this. Like, it fucking scared the shit out of me. Like, the way I had to like quickly look behind me to make sure that there was no one there. Okay, so the next film that I watched was About Last Night. This has an all-star cast, like literally I love everyone on this cast. First of all, this is a romance drama comedy kind of thing. You know, the comedy is good. All I've got to say is literally Kevin Hart. It's got Kevin Hart in it. And you know who really surprised me? Regina Hall. Like, I didn't think she would be that funny, but she really was. This is about Danny and Debbie, who pretend to be a couple for a night. The next day they decide to test how well their relationship works in the real world. When I tell you, me and my friend watched this together, and this had me howling. Like, so funny, such an easy watch. It was so nice. The next thing that I watched was Bewitched. I know. Shocking that I have not seen this film. I'm late to the party, but I'm super glad that I watched it. I do have a problem though. How can I say this? I don't think it was worth the hype. Just a tad bit. Just a teeny tad bit. We're moving on because I didn't enjoy this one too much. It's actually got 24% on Rotten Tomatoes. Wasn't expecting that. Okay. The next thing that I watched was, obviously, I literally rewatched the whole Divergent series. It has been a while, and I'm so glad that I waited to rewatch it, because I forgot a lot of the things that happened. Not in Divergent, because I've seen Divergent multiple times. But so that is including Divergent, Insurgent, and Allegiant. I'm not gonna lie, for Theo James, I watched it for him. So sue me. Yeah, so I watched all of that and just like relived my childhood. Amazing. The next thing that I watched, this is actually the only kind of sad film that I watched, which is surprising because I do like my sad, emotional, you know, sappy kind of rom-coms. I watched Dear John, and this is a romance drama. I'm sure everyone's seen Dear John by now. I did tear up, I'm not gonna lie, because it's been so long that I've seen it. I really forgot loads of things that happen in it. Like, I forgot that she gets I'm not gonna spoil actually, like who she ends up with, you know. I forgot about that bit. But yeah, this is basically about a soldier called John who loves Savannah, a college student, but the two continue to be in touch over letters. Fate tests their love many times over the next few years. It's really good. It's got Channing Tatum in it, Amanda Seyfried. Yeah, where's Channing Tatum at anyway? I believe that's it, and that's everything that I watched. Let me know if there's anything that you've seen that you think is like amazing, that you think I will love as well. So any movie or show recommendations, I would love that, because right now on Netflix I'm literally struggling a little bit. As I've finished Fate now, I'm just like, what else do I watch? I should actually probably catch up on 13 Reasons Why. I still haven't watched the latest season. I've been putting it off because it is just so heavy that I'm like, where else can they go with this, you know? But yeah, that is where I'm gonna end today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed my recommendations, and if you've watched any of these, comment down below which ones you've watched and if you enjoyed them. I still can't believe about the ICU one. How was there a plague? Where? Anyway, I'll be thinking about this all day. But yeah, like, comment and subscribe to my channel please, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.